Hey actors, do you need to option up in that song? Do you really need to riff there? In musical theater, I think that the art of going off the page is one that should be used very sparingly. Acting and singing are not creative arts, they are interpretive arts. Our job is not to generate the material, it is to interpret the material that has already been generated for us. Anyone can look at a piece of sheet music and say, yeah, I see what you want me to do, but I'm just going to do this instead. Or, yeah, I know what the composer and lyricist intended, but I'm just going to do my own thing because it's better. The harder skill, and therefore the more valued skill in the musical theater space, is to take what the composer and lyricist have intended, what they've given you, and to make that come to life, to make that sing, to make that the most beautiful as possible and most expressive as possible. Often when people are adding or taking liberties, they're doing it as a cheat code because they can't sing what is on the page. So I say, let's get really good at the art of interpretation, at the art of singing on the page, of making that come to life. And then maybe, if the style calls for it, we can add our own stuff on top of it sparingly. Now, in pop rock and R&B, the rules are completely different. This is an oral tradition of music making, and it is passed down by singing and not by writing it out. So therefore, it is expected, it is necessary, it is important that when you're singing songs from the radio, you are adding your own sauce and taking liberties. But anytime we're taking liberties as a singer, the question becomes, are you doing it to impress or are you doing it to express? Now, sometimes the answer to that question is, I'm doing it to impress. In a show like Six, those divas are trying to out-diva each other. They're trying to win the event. They're trying to win the crown at the end. And one of the tactics you might use is, let me gag you with my voice. Let me serve you the vocal pyrotechnics because it helps me actually achieve my objective. But always, how can we use the riff to express something? Riffing is an extension of emotion. It is, I am so overcome with feeling that I have to sing it like this. I'm so verklempt that my voice is just doing this spontaneously. So we have to tell a story with the riff. One of the ways I like to do that is to use shapes and gestures in combination with the riff to help the storytelling, to keep the face engaged, not just go inside of ourselves to make the riffs happen, but to keep our face alive. We can also think about how can I use the riff in order to get through to my scene partner, to penetrate their heart and to change them and to make them do what I want them to do. So the question is, what story is your riff telling? And then the follow-up question is, can I tell the same story without all the vocal pyrotechnics? Break a leg.